What in the alien invasion drone footage is going on here?
The FBI and the FAA calling the unidentified drones alarming and a potential safety risk.
My concern is not knowing where they came from.
Because could not be Meghan Markle trying to make us fall for this diabolical photo. Could not be Harry trying to make us believe that that is his actual face. Surely, this is the aliens testing our IQ, trying to see if we are this gullible, if we are this stupid to fall for this. Because if we're able to fall for this, that tells them that they can take over us.
Guys, get down! The aliens are invading.
Oh my God! It's chapter 2, season 7 again!
What are you talking about? Aliens aren't real. There's nothing out here.
And all these drones that are coming in, just looking to see how we react to things. I mean, why? Why? I have questions. I have a lot of questions. Starting with, why would Meghan think that this is something that we would ever appreciate from a Christmas card from them? The back of the children's heads, once again. Really? Let us dissect this photo bit by bit and see what we come up with. Don't forget to press subscribe so that you can see when I come out with my next video that I'm working on. Hello everyone, Merry Christmas and welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados. From the offices of Meghan and Harry, we get a whole barrage of photos. Just a quick run through. Nigeria embracing a staged patient, trying to look like his mom Diana. We have Colombia looking happy with Meghan in sunglasses. We have Nigeria again with the naked dress that Meghan wore. Back to Colombia, this was a nip slip picture. Meghan is obviously very proud of that moment. And then the one we're going to discuss here, which is the newest one. Then finally Colombia with her embracing a child that is not her own, which we will get into as well. I wanted to zone in on this drone shot, low resolution, blurry photo of the children supposedly greeting them. Okay, because we're going to dissect a bit. This lab looks like it's been dragged from a different photo. It doesn't seem real. The aliens, right, must think that we are so dumb. The lab is covered in a halo or some kind of, I don't know, something to blur it into the photo here. Harry also has a halo. He also has 6 fingers. I'm just running through this really quickly because it's very quick. They have Lily here in the summer dress and these high stockings with her foot out of place. Her left foot is out of place of the shoe. People were thinking that this photo was elongated from the July 4th photo and also edited the dress and so on. Speaking of editing, when you are a basic match when it comes to photoshopping like I am, that's why I don't play with Photoshop because I'm not good at it. But when you're basic at that, you will notice that whenever you try to alter one part of the photo, another part gets distorted. So here we have Lily looking very big for 3 years old as compared to Archie, who looks very small. His legs are bendy. The shadows and the lighting does not add up. It looks like Harry has a spotlight on his liquefied face. That's a tool in Photoshop. You have Meghan, whose feet are going one way whilst her body is going another. She has the go-go gadget arm.
Go gadget arms! Go gadget legs!
This makes no sense that her arm is this long. And although Meghan has one go gadget arm, the other arm is missing. He's in a lot of sunshine. She's in a lot of sunshine. The dog with the broken back, their legs all kinds of out of place and bottom out of place. And then you have the other dog on the right side of the photo that looks like he has been put in from some other place as well. So that's pretty much it with the photos. It's a lot going on. And if the aliens want to know if we are so stupid to believe in this because, you know, they're checking us out, then let them know down in the comments that we do not believe in this and we are too intelligent to be taken over by you from Mars aliens. All in all, this is an insult to our intelligence. I also think it's offensive and triggering. In case you're interested in the rest of the Christmas card, it is saying happy holiday season, whatever the hell that means. I thought that Meghan was Catholic. I thought that Meghan would have had to convert to the Church of England, as all of the suitors do when they marry into the royal family.
So what is this woke nonsense about holiday season?
That is a question that I have. Did she actually convert to the Church of England? Either way, she should be saying Merry Christmas. All this time, while Meghan has not given us any photos of her children being baptized, of her children being in the public eye at all, she has traveled all over the world exploiting other people's children. I was triggered by this photo. Let me tell you why. Meghan has gone on a crusade with Harry of doxing and exposing children from all over the world. Nigeria, Colombia, going back to New York. Remember the school in New York where the parents did not sign waivers to allow their children to be photographed? I was one of the first people to cover it because I found this video on TikTok.
Thank you from Harlem. We the parents, thank you for recording our children without our permission. Thank you.
The mother is extremely upset. She said without our permission, her children was photographed. What happened then is that like 2 years later, the Freedom of Information Act came into play because they wanted to know, how did Meghan really get away with this? And all these emails came out from Meghan's team saying, well, can we kind of bend the rules? Maybe if we supply the school with some furniture and some rotten tomatoes, maybe we can just get rid of all that paperwork. We have a very limited time. We have like 6 months. We need to just jump ahead of all this bureaucracy and all this paperwork and just have the children where we need them for the photo ops, okay? And this is when we finally realize how Meghan and Harry got the children in this footage without the permission of their parents. This is why I am triggered by this Christmas card photo of the back of Lily and Archie's heads.
If rules for thee, but not for me was a photo.
Do you know what happened when I did that video talking about how this mother was very upset? I got mothers in my comment section explaining to me that in their cities and their towns, if this had happened to them, they would have been extremely compromised because they are protecting themselves from dangerous exes who do not know where they live, who do not know where their children go to school. And if this has happened to them, this would have been a huge danger and detriment and damage to their lives. They would have been at risk. This is what it really comes down to. You can put people in danger if you do not get permission from the parents to photograph their children. Let's move on to Colombia. And I think that sometimes when we say exploiting other children and using other children and stuff like that, it kind of goes over our heads. But I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel about it, in my opinion. When you go to these countries and use the children, it puts the children and the families at risk. In certain countries where there is this strife and poverty, highlighting a child like this could be a danger to the child. The closeness of the child to a person who is dressed in hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry and clothing could put that child in danger. When people are in poverty in a violent country, and they see you so adjacent to a rich person, these dons, these criminals might think, you know what? I wonder if that child got a big fat check from these two rich people that came into our country. It may seem very ignorant that this is what happens in these countries, but it is what it is. And I'm just showing you what exploitation really boils down to. It boils down to you've doxed families in New York, you've put children at risk in third world countries. And what I find really crazy is that they don't bring their children to meet these little kids. Meghan and Harry, I think the best thing you could do is to expose your children to children from other nations. I remember as a little girl being very excited to meet children from other parts of the world. You know, a little girl in the small island of Barbados. I was so excited. I even had a best friend from Tasmania. Like, I remember these things and it made me very interested in geography. It made me very interested in other cultures. It is such an important thing to do. And then when they do show up to these schools and they are asked, where are your kids? Can we meet your kids? Harry gets angry because don't you realize that Lily and Archie, Mountbatten, Windsor are too good for you? Did you know that? You're just plebs. You're plebs in Nigeria. You're plebs in Colombia. The veterans at the Invictus Games, the children of the veterans, plebs. Because a big part of Invictus and the recovery of the athletes and the soldiers was to be a better whole person for their children. Okay, so where is Meghan and Harry's children to meet these children? Not good enough. You're not good enough for them. And this is why I'm so triggered when I see the back of these two kids' head. heads in this Photoshop, girl, I can't even talk, in this Photoshop, highly Photoshop, bad resolution, drone, alien footage of these kids, because surely they did not think this was good enough to present in a Christmas card. Where are their faces? This photo was very triggering. Just the intentional deception, just thinking that we are absolute idiots and we cannot see through it. And moreover, the idea that Meghan thinks that we actually give a rat's horse, okay, about their greeting of Harry, who has been on a sabbatical from her and his children for like 4 months, is insufferable. We don't care about you. You trigger us whenever you do things. Hate watching is not ideal. We have told you what to do. Go away. At some point, you have to take advice. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to use your brain and say, somebody might know better than me. I've been a failure my whole life. The only way I got through anything in life was through my father, Thomas Markle Sr., who has lied and cheated for me to ever get anything in life. Maybe now that I'm out here on my own, not speaking to him anymore, I should probably take other people's advice at this point. I do have a solution though, of course. Hear me out. There is one attorney, Tony Busby, who is representing the alleged victims of P. Diddy, Jay-Z, and so on. And that is a trial that will go on for a long time, and we're not going to see any results for a while. And I think that Tony Busby, in the meantime, because he's a very aggressive lawyer, I think what he should do is gather up all the parents of the children that have been exploited by Meghan and Harry across the world and see what Meghan and Harry want to do about them. Maybe these families that they have doxed can now get some relief. Put them in the Montecito mansion instead of Meghan and Harry. Give them the Chris Sanchez and the bodyguards instead of Meghan and Harry. Because when I see this photo, I think that Tony Busby could say, Meghan and Harry are fully aware of the danger of people knowing who your children are, and yet they put these other children at risk. This is all the evidence you need. Anyway, everyone, thank you all so much for listening to me. I'm a bit triggered because it is Christmas time, and this is a time that is really all about children. And for them to release this thing, not showing their children, but have spent the entire year exploiting other people's children, is something that I thought needed to be addressed. Love you so much, and I hope you're on the nice list and not the naughty list like these two fools. Love you. Bye.
Bye.